It's Friday. Let's have a beer. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Strike Up Beer Podcast. I'm RD. I'm flying solo tonight. Yeah. How we doing? How was your week? We're smack dab in the holiday season. You know, Halloween was last Thursday. We do have a 3-day weekend here for Veterans Day on Monday. Thanksgiving will be here for you. Know what? It is a little bit later in the year, or later in the month this time, or go around. You know what I mean? I think it's someone told me it was the latest it could ever be in the month of November. So we got 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks before that happens. And then, boom, right into Christmas and New Year's. Lizzie Bing's in the house. What's up? Does everything look okay and sound okay? Because on my screen, my lips are moving, but it's a slight delay, which, you know, I'm actually really done with StreamYard. I think we've reached the end here, to be honest. All right, so tonight, let's get cracking, because there's a reason. There's one reason we're here, baby, and it's for the beer. Bell's Oberon Eclipse. This is a citrus wheat. This technically counts as a clear the fridge. All right, you ready? There you go. I am going to pour it, because I am just kind of how I am right now. Just pouring it into this glass. I've got a couple more of these glasses left. Last week, or the last beer review I did, or the live, we were having... I think I just did a one-off, like on a Monday or something. Had a beer as a NA beer. Yeah, it must have been on like a Monday or something. And, oh, buddy, look at that. Look at the color on that. Oh, man. It is gorgeous. I probably should take a picture of it just because. Ooh, baby, that looks good. And so anyways, yeah, we're smack dab in the holiday season. Oh, God, my face is in there. We'll give it the surprise face, the O face. How about that? All right, let's get it a whiff. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I haven't had Bell's in a while. It was probably this pack that I had. I think this came out of a 12-pack, if I'm not mistaken. But this beer is the Best Buy date on it's the 25th of March, 2024. So we're just slightly behind, right? You know, 7 months. Not too bad. The other one was like over a year old. So, yeah. We're just getting it in. All right. Man, it's really good, though. Man. So you can find the info about this beer on bellsbeer.com/beers/Eclipse. Oberon Eclipse is a citrus wheat ale that brightens up those winter nights with a bright orange and warm coriander citrus flavor and taste. Cool. Yeah, you can definitely taste the coriander. It's got this is definitely a winter beer. Probably should have waited another month. It has a strong wheat backbone balanced with a little bit of sweetness and rich accompanied by, and richness accompanied by an orange and coriander. It features a slightly bitter, clean finish that is medium bodied and slightly warming. I mean, yeah. Sure. Does smell good. For those long winter nights, introducing Oberon Eclipse. To reflect on the change in the seasons, Oberon Eclipse is slightly stronger and darker than its namesake. However, it still remains easy drinking and refreshing. It's the perfect beer for cozy nights spent in good company. Category, it's part of the fall mix pack, limited time offer, seasonal, beer style American wheat ale, alcohol by volume 6.3, ingredients, water, malt, and hops. We know you're all about savoring the finest brews, and we're here to ensure every sip is spot on. To keep beer tasting its absolute best, always peek at the Best Buy date on the package. It's something I don't do, right? You know, it tells you why, you know, get fresher beer, don't buy the older stuff, so just make sure you look. This thing's available in 6-pack, 12-pack, bottles, cans, tall boys, 4-packs, single 19-ounces, and draft. 12-pack can variety pack. Now, that's when we got it. You're supposed to put this in a nonic, whatever the glass is, where it's a pint glass, but with the bubble kind of going up towards the top. I just did the normal little pint glass. I have one of those in the house. I need to step up my glassware game. But then again, I'm just sitting here essentially, just nailing these beers. Old School's in the house. What's up? Perfect timing. Just kind of chilling out, having me a lowball Captain Diet Doctor. Nice, man. Cheers to you. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I know it's that time of the year where you get off work, and you're just like, I just want to chill and have a beer. I got off. I left the office today around noonish, I think, and came home, chilled for a little bit. I actually cleaned the carpets around the house. We have one of those, the vacuum, the shampoo, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. But you buy like the Hoover solution, you put it in there, and the other container, the compartment you fill up with water, and you can pretty much wash the carpet and whatnot. It's pretty cool device. It comes in handy, especially with pets. I just went out of focus because of a stupid thing. And so I did that for like an hour as I'm like watching my emails and IMs and things like that and kind of doing some reading. I'm listening to some trainings and stuff like that. Knocked that out, and then I was like, I'm going to go to the gym. It's still, I'm back at it. And knocked out arms today. Feeling pretty good. Hit the sauna, and just, boy, I got out of there. It was probably about 12 to 15 minutes in. I was like, you know what, I got to go. And so came back home, jumped in the hot tub for a little bit just to kind of chill, and then right back at work. Hung out for a little bit longer just to kind of make sure there was nothing pressing popping up. Most people check out early anyways. They're just like, I'm out of here. I was like, all right, cool. I'm just going to, in case someone needs something, I'm going to hang around and stay available. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what I did today. 3-day weekend, ready to have a couple beers, chill. Definitely chilling tonight and tomorrow night. Sunday, that sounds like a better life than I'm living. Oh, you're doing just fine, sir. Doing just fine. So Sunday night, I'll be up in Durant, Oklahoma. I think there's only one brewery in Durant. It's next to it's in downtown Durant. We're going to go up to Choctaw, go to the casino, hang out, grab some dinner, get some drinks, and just kind of get out of town for the night, watch some football. They got a big it's called The Lounge. It's really cool. It looks like as soon as they get sports betting up and running up there, this is going to be a book. It's amazing. It looks awesome. I'm trying to give you like a comp to how like Vegas looks or whatever. I mean, it is freaking awesome. Big main center bar, lots of tables around. It's a restaurant, it's a bar, million TVs. So I'm looking forward to all the games. And if they don't have something on, then we have the red zone and whatnot on our phones. So, but we're going to head to the brewery, I think, first. And I need to get me a membership again, especially this time of year. I feel you, brother. I feel you. But yeah, I really like the gym here. There's some interesting. That's Dallas skyline. I had Vegas up, and I think it was Jason that popped in here and he was talking about it. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I had it up. Now I need to move it to something else. So I put it at Dallas. So I was like, okay. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say it. I won't say it here. But, all right, old school. Right there. Okay? If you text me and ask me what did I just point at, I'll tell you what I pointed at. Okay? So anyhow, yeah, so a little bit of fun weekend ahead of us. I did have to say goodbye to my younger son. He went back home. He had to get back to work and life and everything else. Had a blast while he was here. I talked a little bit about the show. Yeah, the giant ball. Yeah, it's Dallas. And he's kind of going through it, right? And these kids nowadays, these 20-year-old men, they're still boys, but they're men. They got it kind of rough. They feel like they just can't, they're not making enough money. They spend way too much time on the internet. That's the problem, I think. I think they spend too much time on social media, and they get this false sense of all these, jack wagons that are like, oh, man, look, I'm so rich or whatever. I'm like, nah, dude, he went to college. He's a mechanic, and things like that. He was supposed to go to the Marines, but decided, kind of close to the end. He's like, no. Before he signed his paperwork, he took his test, the final exam and whatnot. He's like, nah, I'm not going to go. So I was kind of talking to him about going back, joining the military, maybe the Navy. And so he's thinking about it. I was like, they're looking for builders to build submarines. I go, you could be a dude that builds submarines. He loves working with his hands. He is a builder, right? He helps me make a lot of stuff around here, put stuff together. When I ask him to do something for me, I know it's going to get done right. And so he's got it in him to do it. And I hope, he finds his way, and he's just a little down, going through a tough relationship time and things like that. So I was like, don't worry, buddy. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. We've all been there. And then kids don't always believe you, but they're like, no, trust me. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, come on. We've been there, okay? We've been there. We all been there. But he left, went back home. And what was crazy is like the airport. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I told if you go to the airport more than one time a year, or two to fly out. Let me tell you this: get TSA PreCheck. Get it. It's like $50. I think it's through a Dimify or a Dimini or something like that. $50. It is worth every penny. Because you go to general security, and it's like a freaking zoo, man. I mean, it was everybody else. The line for TSA PreCheck, there ain't no line, and if there's a line, you'll get through it in about 30 seconds. The main line, absolute cluster F. People don't know what they're doing. They're telling you how to get through there. How take off your shoes, take off your belt, take off your jacket. Don't go through there with a bunch of S all over you. You know what I mean? Just it's crazy, and people show up. I don't know. I probably need to poll these people next time I'm there, but they already look stressed enough. I want to ask the folks who show up and they're like, my plane leaves in 5 minutes. I got to get through security. Just got there. You know what I mean? Like, what were you doing before you got here? Did you just oversleep? Did you think that you could just moonwalk through the airport security? This is your first time flying, so you have no idea what you're doing. Because I want to know what they're thinking, and I never ask them. I know I'm just like looking. I'm like, Jesus. And then you had some lady that like skipped 40 people in line, just like straight to the front, and someone else is looking at it. Looks like I thought she was there with a dude too, because he kept looking around, and I was standing up against the wall. And he looking at me. I'm like, what are you looking at me for? You know what I mean? What are you going to do, buddy? And I've seen it before. And even out of like DFW, the lines don't get too long, but this one had probably 50 people in it, and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was surprised. I was shocked. I was effing shocked. And sure as hell, man. My kid, he gets up. He's like, let's get there a little early because he wants to get through, hang out, mess around on his phone, maybe get something to eat, relax, and he wants to get there. He's got that, and he gets that from me. I'm like, dude, we show up on time. I missed one flight in my entire life, and when I did, I was like, I'll never do it again. I'll leave. If your ass can't get up and get out of bed and get with me and go with me to the airport, that's fine, because I'm leaving. So this beer's good. High on ABV. I don't know if it's gone just a hair. With wheat beers, they're a little sour, right? And this one's got some zest to it, a little citrus. It obviously still has a good head on it. Look at that. I mean, it's got carbonation. It didn't lose anything in that can. I don't know. I think it's just the malts I used. Let's see what got going on Untapped here. Iberian citrus wheat, refreshing, easy drinking, 6.3% alcohol by volume. This fruit-forward citrus wheat ale has the addition of orange peel and coriander. It's an inviting beer with a clean finish. Yeah, that orange peel is very, very up front. 20 IBUs, average score of 3.69 out of 19,770 ratings. 19,770. Total check-ins, 25,297. Unique, 21,576. Monthly, 654. So anyways, I totally recommend getting the it takes five seconds to really fill out the form online. And then you set up an appointment to go to like Staples or actually to the airport, whatever's closer to you. There's stuff, they're all over the place. And essentially, you show up with your birth certificate and like a driver's license. Actually, I used my passport. I brought my passport and my driver's license. And they're like, oh, good to go. They wrote it down. They did ask if I had any like aliases or anything like that. I was like, I'm not about to tell these people I'm RD. It's like, I think it'll stick with me forever. So, like I said, a lot of fun. And you got to get it done because you'll breeze right through it. It is absolutely worth it. So, in other news, we're about to go, like I said, we're going out of town this weekend, but I did make the comment during the live stream that there is a pretty good chance that we're going to be getting out of town for 2-3 weeks up to a month. We're just going to be like, just go. We've been in the house. We're overstocked here, right? There's people everywhere. And Lizzie brought it up as well. When I mentioned it, I was looking to get an apartment in downtown just to kind of help me with my commute and stuff like that. And she mentioned, well, why don't we just go somewhere for like a month? I was like, we could probably do that. I was looking up apartments in Manhattan. That's someplace that I'd always wanted to live, at least stay for an extended period of time. we are going to bring the dog with us, so then that brings that into question. And then it's like you've got to look for a place that has, like, say, a kitchenette, a refrigerator. You can't eat out every day. That just gets kind of old and stacks up, obviously in the wallet. But we were already talking about going to Angel Fire, New Mexico for a week in January or February. I was like, well, how about we just extend our stay, and we'll just get a cabin or a condo or something like that, and we'll just hang out and take in all the sights, hang out for a little bit. Boston's also on the list. A buddy of mine moved up to Boston here a couple of years ago, and I'm like, dude, I might come up there, and then we'll just hang out, and you can show me around, and, because we were supposed to go to Boston in August. We were supposed to go in September, actually, for Halloween over to Salem and whatnot. We just didn't end up doing it. And so I'm kind of thinking about that, or Colorado. I don't know where I want to go. But I have, obviously, a couple months to figure it out, because we're not leaving until January, mid-January. And like I said, I could probably break it up if I want to go 2 weeks to Manhattan, 2 weeks to Colorado, or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, Lizzie works from home full-time. I've got to go in the office, a handful of days, a certain amount of days in a month. If I knock out all those days in the beginning of January, my buddy told me about this. He goes, dude, why don't you just do this? I'm like, Jesus, you're a genius. I was like, I didn't even register in my head, because I was actually going to talk to my boss and be like, hey, you mind if I just don't come in for like a month? I'll work, but I just won't come in the office. And so he's like, hey, just knock out your days early in January, then take off the rest of January, take off the first half of February, then come in and knock out the days for February. I was like, genius. So I am looking for recommendations and things like that. Obviously Lizzie wants to go someplace that we haven't been before, with the exception of she'll definitely go to New York, New Jersey area. But I don't know. It's just got to have Wi-Fi. Got to have a strong internet connection. I thought about Florida as well, go to the Panhandle and hang out, or go down to Miami. I love Miami. Big fan. Vegas crossed my mind again. I was like, I've always wanted to live in Vegas, but I think it cost way too much. I think we would just be like at the casino like every freaking weekend. Again, it's only 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but man, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I'm coming to Texas, just trying to figure out when and where. Nice. Yeah, man, let me know. Texas is a big state. So, if you come to Texas, you could be going to El Paso, which is like 8 hours away from me. You can be going to Houston, which is 4 hours away from me. Or, what's the other one in East Texas? Texarkana. It's like 3 hours away. I drove to Texarkana. So this was back, I'd love to go to Vegas. Dude, I'm telling you, Lizzie put the kibosh on it. We're not going for a while unless it's a day trip. And so I have found day trips. So we might be rolling out there like early December. If I book the trip, I will let you know. But it's probably going to be for like a day. You guys can go and spend the night or whatever. But yeah, I'm probably just going to go for a day. What the hell was I about to say? I don't even remember. So this was a handful of years ago before Yuengling was available in Texas, right? And it was some Friday night. It was kind of rainy. We weren't doing anything. I think Lizzie was like, hey, we're going to watch Bella, our granddaughter tonight. I go, oh, okay, kids are going out. Okay, yeah. I go, hey, we're sitting there. I'm like, you mind if I drive to Texarkana? Because she's going to be asleep by 7, or whatever. Can we just drive to Texarkana and pick up some some Yuengling? And I was like, we're not going to do anything else. So what's the difference between sitting on the couch and sitting in a car? And she said, yeah. And she goes, yeah, let's go. I was like, okay. And so if you're booking it, you can kind of make it there in like 3.5 or 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 45 minutes. I don't know. But anyways, it was a S-storm getting out of the Metroplex. But once we got east, we were just booking it. So we pulled into the Walmart in Texarkana. I go in there. I texted the boys on the way. I go, hey, because we always used to buy, if one of us went to Florida or wherever east of Mississippi, we would hit up, hey, you want a case? You want how many cases you want? Stuff like I'm driving. I'll pick you some up. So I hit the boys up. I'm like, what do you want? I'm going. And, so I ended up coming back with like 9 or 10 cases of Yuengling and Yuengling Light. And I was looking for like black and tan and whatnot. Hey, Tilly. And so I was looking at we didn't get the other ones that I wanted. I was like, all right, so we're going to stop off at a little gas station. So I ended up getting a 6er of this and a 6er of that. And it was a lot of fun. It was. Those are the things that you remember. It's like, dude, we just hopped in a car and drove 3 hours for no reason at all. So loved it. But now you can obviously get Yuengling here in Texas. So But yeah, old school. Let me know where you're coming or when you're coming down, where you're going to. Oh, cool. My print just failed. Well, I think it failed to pull out. But I'm making like a Mario Mandalorian, figure or whatever. I don't know. He's probably going to be like, 12 inches tall. Yeah, he should be like 12 inches tall. I just posted him on RD3D Prints. You can see what I'm printing over there. I'm trying to keep up with social media right now, but it's just too many accounts. I'm like just almost about to check out. So, what else we got on this beer? Yeah, I think that's it, actually. That's all. Man, they got some good beers up there. This is a Michigan beer, right? Aren't they out of, Yeah, I think they're in Michigan, because Alan always talks about it. Menu and Hours, Eccentric Cafe, General Store. They got all kinds of crap going on up there. Yeah, Kalamazoo, Missouri. Or Michigan, Missouri. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. So if I do decide to take off for, a month or something like that, we're obviously going somewhere they have internet. So the show, the streams, things like that will continue. We'll probably go live more than normal just because we'll be in a new place and there'll be some downtime. There'll be some nights where I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try some new beers, go to some breweries. As I mentioned before, I'm going to a brewery Sunday. What is that? I can actually tell you what it is. Durant. Lost Street Brewing. That's downtown Durant. That's where I'm heading. So hopefully it's got some good reviews. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they got some good food, because that's kind of what I'm going for too. I'm going to watch some games, drink some beers. You got some mango wheats, Mexican lagers. I got an Instigator. I don't see any high ABVs. This is kind of what you get with, there's a 6.2 Oktoberfest, a 6.5 Scottish Ale, 6.2 Rocky Top. It's a chocolate milk stout. Oh, God. 6.2, 3.5. A Belgian triple, a 7.6. Ooh, Hog Heaven Imperial Stout, 10%. Oak barrel aged, 10%, and not a basic bitch, 5.1. Okay, so they got some action up there. I remember going up through Oklahoma, and back in the day, they had like alcohol limit laws, or ABV laws and stuff like that, where the beers didn't go over like 3% or 4%. It was bonkers. You sit up there and drink all day. You're like, what the hell's going on? I'm not catching a buzz, man. So this one's good. But yeah, so if you've been following along with Strikeout or with Patreon, patreon.com/strikeout beer, I almost posted a video, the previous week and then this week, and it's about the working out, weight loss, going on keto again, and things like that. And I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to say. Like even when I did the video and I looked at it, I go, I don't even know, what are we doing here, But I do have to hit the scale tomorrow. I've been trying to weigh in just once a week because I get a little frustrated, with just water weight and things like that. Your weight kind of fluctuates throughout the week, throughout the day. I try to just weigh in on in the morning, anyways. But yeah, I'm trying to do Saturdays only. I haven't broke that yet. I didn't weigh in last Saturday just because the amount of food and junk and booze and whatnot that we all had. We partied all weekend, just went after it. Had a lot of fun. Had a ton of fun, and so I'll keep you posted. I'm going to weigh in tomorrow morning after I get up. Probably go to the gym, go for a run or something like that. I do got to do some stuff around the house as well, and I've been fasting. I don't really eat anything after 5, drink anything other than water after 5, and then I'll start eating about 10 or 11 o'clock, sometimes 12 the following day. So I got a nice little fast going, and I can already tell that, one, I'm not eating as much. I still have some cravings from here, between here and there. I love chips, I love candy, I love junk food, I do, and it's just because of the shit that's in it. You're just getting addicted to just junk food, right? And I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm tired of it. Tired of eating like that. So I was already down, if I'm not mistaken, I think 10 pounds. I don't know where I'm at now. Like I said, I hadn't weighed in, but I can feel it, just a difference. But with working out and lifting weights, that's more of what I'm doing right now. Lifting, I do some longer reps with lighter weights, and then this week I've done heavy weights. So I'm sure my weight will kind of screw with me a little bit just because I'm putting on muscle, but ultimately, I'm trying to get back into keto full go where I'm in ketosis and I'm just shredding weight. But like I was back in 2019, I didn't even go on keto until like July or August. And I was steady, locked in all the way through the holidays, all the way through Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. And then the lockdown happened. And then, boy, we were just down to party. We were partying all the time, just going ape-ass. So, it is what it is. And the holidays are fun. We do have some beers. I am trying to limit, the craft beers and things like that for just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Last night I did have a claw or two when we were watching football. Bengals and Ravens. What a game! That's Bengals lost by 1, and it just comes down to kicking field goals and a fumble. Chase Brown did fumble, but you're talking 2 times you could have just kicked a field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 2. Playing a little over aggressive. I didn't mind the call at the end for going for 2, but didn't work out. It is what it is. I think Baker and them, when they lost to the Chiefs last week, I think they should have went for it. Went for 2 on that final drive. Shouldn't have went to overtime. And Baker knew it was over as soon as he lost the coin flip. So, but so I've been reducing how much I eat, reducing how much I drink, and I do feel quite a bit better. It's insane because I'll tell you this. I woke up last weekend after partying a little too hard. I was like, Jesus, what am I doing? I was like, come on, man. It's like, geez, just going too hard. I'm too old. I'm too old for that S. And as you can see, the gray hairs are still there. They're still very, very prominent. But I did go ahead and trim. I got the haircut this week, and I did trim quite a bit off the beard. This is going to be the longest I think it's going to be going forward. Put a little 4 on the sides, then a 6, and then I just kind of trim up through here. But it's going to go a little bit shorter. I don't know. Maybe I'll cut the beard one of these days. I know I've been talking about it for a while, but maybe. Let me go ahead and knock this out. That's pretty tasty. Did anybody... Oh, so, old school. I'm going to give you, if you're still in here, did the Patreon video post yet? Hold on. Or does it post tonight? Hold on. I don't want to give you a was it live? Latest activity. Okay, new 21 hours ago. I would watch that video if I was you. And I would listen to that video if I was you. All right, I'm going to knock this back. It's about almost 6 o'clock here. Look at that color. It is gorgeous. I mean, it's orangey, red. Got a nice... was it off-white head on it? It does look rather white on screen, on camera. There's some stuff floating around in there, but nothing like, it's just, I don't think this is completely filtered beer. And it's not like it's like floaters or anything like that. But cheers to the weekend. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Oh, yeah, look at that. Dressed down the glass nice. It smelled good. Clean finish. Do I feel like it deserves, a 3.69? That's kind of like my October. Yeah, I mean, to me, that looks like an Oktoberfest. A little bit lighter, but it was good. Citrusy. That orange pill is definitely in it. But I'll give it a 3.75. I'm going to go a little bit over what the average is. 3.75. Again, what? Okay. But yeah, 3.75. That's it. I hope everybody had a great Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Old school, have yourself a good time. I'm glad you're in here. And you know what? I'll see myself out. I'm RD. I'm out of here. Catch y'all later.